Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one. And the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline, and if there's anything that isn't quite working for you or anything that doesn't fit, then be in touch and I'll be happy to discuss those things with you one-on-one. Today's video is about the importance of approaching meditation with a beginner's mind. Oftentimes when we meditate, especially if we've been meditating for a little longer, we can approach meditation with all sorts of baggage and expectations that actually holds us back sometimes way more than we realize in the practice. These expectations can come from a bunch of different places. For example, it could be that we're holding to some really strong ideals in the practice. Maybe if we've been reading the suttas and the Pali texts a lot, those texts often lend from some really strong idealistic archetypes. And so it might be that we're imagining that we should be experiencing boundless loving kindness in the practice or infinite radiant light. And when that doesn't match our experience, it blocks us. Another thing that can happen is we find ourselves comparing to others, and based on what we hear others experiencing, again, we pick up some sort of expectation or should. Oh, I should be experiencing what they are. Oh, they seem to be progressing faster than me. And again, these expectations block us. Again, we can also pick up these expectations from the ways that our teachers are instructing us. Oftentimes, wishing the best for us, our teachers are a few steps ahead of us, and they're trying to guide us deeper into the practice. But if we're not careful about how we relate to that instruction, again, it's easy to internalize it as some kind of an expectation or a should. Oh, I should be able to experience that. Oh, I really want to do that instruction. I want to please my teacher. I want to have something good to tell them. And again, that can block us in the practice. But probably one of the biggest causes of expectations that we hold in our practice is our own past experience. If we've experienced something before in meditation that we liked, then maybe we're subtly trying to repeat that experience, or maybe even surpass it. And if there's something that we've experienced before in meditation that we didn't like, then maybe we're doing whatever we can to avoid it. And again, these expectations that we go in with, this past baggage, can really block us in our practice. Now, I know it's a tired old spiritual cliche, but it really is true. We can't step in the same river twice. Trying to is futile, and it blocks us from the fullness and the depth of experiencing our practice right now as it really is. So it's important that we're able to let go of these expectations, let go of these past burdens before we start our meditation. One of the simplest ways to do that is just before we start the practice, we can check in with ourselves and simply bring awareness to any expectations that we might be holding. When we find some expectations that are there, we can simply remind ourselves, okay, maybe the meditation will go according to my expectation. Maybe it won't, but whatever happens, I'll learn something. Whatever happens, I'll do my best to learn and grow as a meditator. That's what I have to say today for approaching the meditation with a beginner's mind. It's really foundational, and it's something that we shouldn't skip over. So what I would suggest is that you get off of the screens, get onto the meditation cushions and start your next meditation with a beginner's mind. See if you can see the lightness and the clarity and the renewed depth that it can bring to your meditation. If you're experiencing any difficulty, or if there's anything that you want to discuss with me, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to speak to you individually. As most of you know, I do all of my work on a donation basis, so I encourage you to support me either through Patreon or through my website. You can find out about how to do that in the information just underneath this video. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.